Someone is playing a deadly game.
It all began with a scream over 911.
Today we have a really exciting Scream 7 update regarding the bangin' score for the new film done by returning composer Marco Beltrami, as well as a theory on the supposed secret cameo that this film is still yet to announce. Now let's get into it. Hey everybody, I'm Killjoy Jake, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. If you're excited for Scream 7 just like me, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more updates on upcoming horror releases. Also, becoming a channel member or Patreon supporter is the best way to help out the page, and you even get an extra video every week. Check out my review of The Naked Gun this Friday. Now, let's finally get into this update. So kicking off this video with such a positive note, we got a really exciting update on Scream 7 today regarding Marco Beltrami, the returning composer from the original film. He's the guy that composed the iconic sounds of that original movie. He's back doing the music for Scream 7. Let's take a listen to what he's working on. So obviously you can tell from just that little excerpt I was able to put into this video that it's a new updated version of Sydney's Lament, but doesn't it sound a little bit like Bring Me to Life by Evanescence? Have those two tracks always sounded so similar, or am I just going crazy? Siphoning through Marco's post, it's also really interesting to note that we learned some of the other track titles, one including Mrs. Evans' Lament, which is obviously the updated version of Sydney's Lament here. It's called Mrs. Evans' Lament because her husband is Mark Evans. It's no longer Mark Kincaid, not Patrick Dempsey anymore, unfortunately. I'm still salty about that, by the way. Hashtag bring back Patty Demps. And a more intense piece called School Drama that will likely play over Kyle Winter's death. This is an actor we just found out about recently playing a minor role in the film. Rumor has it Ghostface is gonna go after him backstage at the high school's Performing Arts Center, as he is also in a play with Sydney's daughter. I covered that whole rumor about Kyle Winters in a short this past week.
This is take 4. Here we go.
I am really digging this change up in composers. No shade absolutely whatsoever to Mr. Brian Tyler, who did an excellent job with Screams 5 and 6, but there's something about the iconic sounds of the original that I just really missed in those last two entries. I actually really enjoyed some of the tracks from Scream 6 that I think was a major improvement over the more atmospheric stuff that we got in Scream 2022, but overall, I think the best music from this entire franchise comes from that original film. It's cool and all, but it's not as cool as this sick-ass motherfucking raccoon. I mean, that guy's pretty sick, am I right? The big topic I wanted to get into today, however, is a secret cameo still yet to be announced for Scream 7. Who could it be? There has been a lot of discussion all over the internet regarding this throughout the entire summer, so let's break down the whole conversation. Rumors have been circulating that on top of the announced cameos of Matthew Lillard, Scott Foley, and David Arquette, that there would also be another returning cast member from Scream's past. Some were even speculating that Jamie Lee Curtis could appear in the new film, but that rumor has been debunked. That actually bums me out a little bit. I would have loved to have seen Laurie Strode and Sidney Prescott joining forces to fight evil. Some of the big names being tossed around are Skeet Ulrich, Liev Schreiber, and Lynn McCree, considering another rumor that the opening scene will take place in a flashback to Maureen Prescott's murder all the way back in 1995. Billy Loomis, Cotton Weary, and Maureen herself would have to be involved in this sequence. There's also a rumor going around that we're going back to Woodsboro in this new flick, all things that I personally believe. These characters would have to be involved if that's the route that they've chosen to go down. While I am totally banking on some sort of sick Halloween Kills-esque flashback, I don't think that that's our secret cameo. Reliable third-party source Jude Jarjora has teased, if you think all the Scream 7 cameos have been announced, think again. There's still one unannounced legacy face returning from the original 4 films. No, it's not Skeet Ulrich. He posted this using an edited picture from Scream 6, where Agent Reed and Detective Bailey are looking at a board with all of the previous ghost faces. Photoshopped in, however, is a shot of Angelina Tyler, one of the many actors and actresses from Stab 3. This is where it gets interesting. Jude also tweeted alongside that, I found this pic on Google and didn't even notice Angelina was edited in, so it probably means nothing, unless it doesn't. If you're wondering why would they involve this character in the new film's narrative, well, there's yet again another really interesting fan theory that may be brought to life here in the 7th entry. Many have pointed out that Scream 3's finale wouldn't have been spatially possible with just one killer, Roman, hiding out in the basement for some parts of this, leading some folks to believe that our red herring here, Angelina Tyler, was actually a secret accomplice. Roman might have just killed her off before the big reveal to clean house, very similar to what Mrs. Loomis did to Mickey in part 2. Debbie was really only using Mickey as a means to an end. I've always really liked this theory because I think it works really well with Scream 3. Angelina is super suspicious the entire time and even has that creepy encounter with Sydney in the bathroom on the studio lot. Sid has gotta stay out of public bathrooms during Ghostface encounters. Nothing good ever happens in there. So did Scream 7 bring back Emily Mortimer during the production to reveal that Angelina Tyler was Roman's accomplice the entire time in Scream 3? I think that would be dope as a longtime fan, but how does that affect the story of the 7th installment? My guess is that someone else was involved in the original murder of Maureen Prescott that kicked this whole thing off. We know now because of the events of Scream 3 that Roman was involved, but if Angelina Tyler was his accomplice, she might have been there too. Maybe whoever this other person is that knew about the murder the entire time, their secret is about to come out. That's why they're forced to go Ghostface 30 years later. That could explain the wait. So no, I don't think it's gonna be one of those situations where Angelina is still alive this whole time secretly, because that wouldn't make any sense, right? I think she's just gonna show up and confirm a really cool fan theory that honestly would enhance the viewing experience of Scream 3, because why the hell not? We already know that Scream 7 is gonna be super fan servicey, maybe way more than even the last installment. We're getting the gang back together for Scream 7, might as well throw a few more folks in there. I mean, we got Matthew Lillard, we got David Arquette, we got Scott Foley, we likely have Skeet Ulrich and maybe even Liev Schreiber. Fuck it! But maybe the most important thing to realize about Scream 7 is that because of Jay and Silent Bob's cameo in Scream 3, this film is part of the Askewniverse. Another film that's a part of the Askewniverse is Dogma, a movie that came out a year before Scream 3 and had Alanis Morissette as God. So that means that anytime Ghostface scores a kill in Scream 7, just know that that person's soul is being judged by the 90s ironic singer. As Amy Lee from Evanescence once said, "Without a soul, oh, my spirit's sleeping somewhere cold, until you find it there and lead it back home." Are you guys excited for Scream 7, and are you hoping they'll confirm some of your wildest fan theories? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you all again for watching, please subscribe, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.